What is going on, you dirty, disgusting, atrocious filth animals? What is up? It's the best day of the week, Tuesday. You know why it's the best day of the week? Full slate of baseball. We got a fantabulous half hour to discuss everything that has gone on the last couple days in baseball, and I give you 12 plays today. Oh, 12, Colby? Were you betting responsibly? Am I alive and breathing? Yes. Yes, I am. Yes, I did. If you are new, this is the Pickoff. I'm your host, Colby Marcio. As always, this is presented by Betting News and powered by the one and only BetOnline. You see that QR code? You put me on the television screen. You grab your phone like this. If you have an Android, you're going to grab it regardless, like the same way. And you go click, and then you boop, and then you get a new sign-up bonus and blah, 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 blah. You use promo code BNews, and wow, you got yourself a brand new book that you can utilize on a day-to-day basis. There's a piece of paper on my desk. It's driving me nuts. I have severe ADHD. Ladies and gentlemen, I was in my feels yesterday in regards to baseball. I love the ups and downs of the season. I love getting to a point in the season where I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to win a bet again, but I'm still doing the exact same thing every day, knowing I have a lethal process. Am I the greatest gambler of all time? No. Will I ever? No. To the man that won $100,000 last night, no free ads, congrats to you. We'll give you a moment of silence for your accomplishment because I am absolutely jealous. If I won $100,000, I wouldn't be doing this show today because I'd still be crying looking at my phone. Just like a lot of things in life. Speaking of things that I would probably cry and be very over the top about, home run, hitting a home run in the pros. We all know it's my favorite thing. It is my favorite achievement in major league sports, all major sports. You could tell me, good afternoon, everyone in chat. You could say, well, what about a touchdown pass? What about scoring a goal? It's kind of up there because soccer fans over on the other side of the pond are lunatics. But a home run, the crack of the bat, and just baseball is a team sport, but there's a lot of individualness in the game, and you're by yourself at the plate. No one's holding your hand. Nobody can help you out. That is you. That is your moment to shine. And somebody yesterday hit a home run. I had his home run prop, and it cashed, and I did not know this happened actually until a couple hours ago because they don't really show this part. They just show the home run where the ball went. But Ronald Acuna Jr. had a lot of theatrics going around the bases yesterday, and it seemed to have pissed off a lot of people. SBJ, could you pull that up so I could see it and just reenact? Here we go. Kabam! And we're running, and we're running, and we're running, and we're running, and we're doing a nice little trot. We know it's gone through the grenade. Boom! And we're flying, and we're around in second base, and here it comes. And boop! Slow down. Ooh, nice butt. Was that Cal Raleigh? And we're riding around. How many seconds was that? 28 seconds, right? Is that what it says on the video? I mean, it didn't take an hour and a half for him to get around the bases. A lot of people are up in arms over this, and I have a lot of takes. One, Padge, you cannot comment. You're a Braves fan, so your bias has to leave. No offense. I have a lot of takes. People forget we're watching sports sometimes. People forget sports are entertainment. How do you forget that? How do you forget that? They're out there entertaining us. Some of those guys have a personality and some of them don't. We know the ones that don't. because they're boring. Jazz Chisholm has a personality. A lot of people don't like him. I have a personality. A lot of people don't like me. A lot of people like me. What do I feel about myself? I like me. I don't want to be anyone else but me. I love big butts too, Jay Dizzle. But I think it's insane for people to be upset over this. We've seen touchdown celebrations go insane. We've seen, was it DK Metcalf take a whiz? That was awesome. That was fantastic. I want more of this. I've said in the past when people got mad at Tim Anderson for throwing his bat, if I played in the majors during COVID on that shortened season and I hit a home run, a walk-off, I'll just go at the floor. I hit a home run. I'm chucking that SOB into the stands. Nobody's there. I'll take the fines because you know what? I just gave it to that pitcher. And another thing, pitchers get upset. The birds, double birds to you because you messed up. You messed up. That's not his fault that he took it dead center 400 feet. That's your fault. He had to do his job. You didn't do yours. Ooh, you slipped up and he made a mockery of me. How about you give it to him next time he's up to bat? How about you give it to him his next 4 at-bats so he really feels it? I don't understand. As if pitchers don't do celebrations, whoever did this. I'm not going to say his name because I can't stand him. I hope he never comes back to the MLB, and the people that think he should, I don't really care. Anywho, I don't understand it. It's part of the game. Have fun. It's a kid's game. It's a kid's game. At the end of the day, they're getting paid millions to play a kid's game where we've all at least played a sport sometime in our life. If you haven't, I'm sorry you never got to experience it, but it's fun. And that's all we want to do on the show is have fun. So if you don't like fun, you don't like theatrics around the base path, don't watch sports because you're lame. We're going to continue this home run talk because lots of nukes and one bat in particular is on fire. Thank you, Twansky, for noticing. On fire. This man had MVP odds of 22-1 on Friday to win AL MVP. As of Monday, 5-1. Haven't checked. Don't want to check. But he's 5-1 last time I checked. And that's Mr. Big Dumper Cal Raleigh. Let's check it out because I love home runs. Here we go. Look at that rear. Give it to me. Well, that's a deep drive off the bat of Cal Raleigh. Man, we're lagging. That's that betting news Wi-Fi for you. Oh, it's fine. If it doesn't work, it's fine. We've all seen the Cal Raleigh homers. It's fine. We're just trying to add the visuals, people, because who doesn't like seeing that delicious rear end circle the base paths? Cal Raleigh, unbelievable season. And it's a catcher, switch hitter. First of all, let's just talk about the catcher, first of all. Catchers usually suck. At hitting. Let's hear it. Here we go. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Leave that up there. Oh, God, yeah. Turn around. You know who should do a 360 on home runs so we can get a good camera angle? The Big Dumper. The Big Dumper. Do I mean that? 100%. They don't wear those pants for us not to see it. Oh, that's delicious. Dude, I want to know how much he squats. I'm thinking 500 plus. Dude definitely does that. Shags, let me finish. We were enjoying the magnificent home run by Cal Raleigh. Now, catchers typically suck at hitting. Notoriously throughout history, they've stunk. Outside of Salvador Perez, Joe Mauer, Bench, Piazza, Yogi Berra. Like, it's a very, very short list of good hitters. And I've never understood that because my dumb brain thinks you're seeing more pitches than anybody in the game. Wouldn't you have like an idea of movement, seeing like you have a better eye for seeing the seams on a baseball? Like you could, like if you see enough pitches, you'll know what's coming. You know what I mean? Russell Martin had his peak, but typically catchers stink. Oh, forgot about Pudge. There's a lot of good ones. And by a lot, I mean probably 25, 30 that you could rattle off and say, well, that's a really good hitter. But actually, 25, 30 is a lot. Notoriously, they're not good hitters. And that is an extraordinarily amazing achievement by Mr. Cal Raleigh. Now, he is chasing Mr. Bonds for most home runs in an all-star break, before an all-star break. And that is insane in itself. 39 home runs by Mr. Bonds. And we are on what?
Put your face the other way.
Oh, sorry. I got to lean
There
in.
you go.
Got to lean in. It's the opposite. I have it flipped.
Yeah.
39 home runs before the all-star break for Mr. Barry Bonds. That is the all-time record. Cal Raleigh just a couple home runs away. And we still have, I think, 3 weeks until the all-star break, which is insane. I do think Cal cools off. He's on an insane streak right now. He hit 5 home runs this past weekend in Wrigley. You can't keep that up. I don't think he can keep it up. Does he have a shot? 100%. It's 3 weeks. 3 weeks, and he has to hit, what is it? He's got 8 home runs. He has to hit 8 home runs. I think he can do it. I wonder if there's any odds out there for him to break it. I'd be curious to know what that number is. But it's
I mean, I was at 19 games. It's a lot of games, you know. Like you said, I mean, he's been on a heater, so you'd have to continue.
Yeah.
But he only needs 8 more, like you said, 7 to tie. And I mean, what is that? A home run every 3 games, basically, at this point. And at this, if he hits
it's not impossible.
No, not at all. Especially if he stays hot like he is right now. If the weather stays hot, which is supposed to be.
And you're talking to a guy who has the Seattle Mariners under wins this season. So it really sucks. Really sucks. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Now, people are probably wondering, do I bet him to win MVP? No. No, you don't. You missed your opportunity on Friday. You missed it. You missed the mark. Unless you want to pay 5-1 or 4-1, whatever it is right now, to bet him to win AL MVP. I also don't think he wins. He's a guy that doesn't typically hit for average. Aaron Judge did go through a little slump. Everybody's due for that. He was batting 400. He was batting 400. Anywho, that's all I have today to discuss with those 2 topics, because I have a ton of stuff I need to rattle off after this. But I do want to finish my moment I had of saying how much I love grinding out baseball stats. I could lose every bet as long as I can get them out. The grind in the morning is the absolute best. There's nothing like falling in love with a play, which leads me to another thing. SPJ will ask me sometimes, what's your favorite play? I'll send him my full card. I don't have a favorite. I never have a favorite. You want to know what my favorite play is today? I'm about to rattle off all 12 of them.
All of them, chat. Just pick which one you like.
Number 2 catchers. Who's number 2 on the catcher's home run list? Like the second best home run hitting catcher? Maybe Austin Wells? Maybe that was just an easy brag.
Is it not bench?
I think he's talking about current. Current or all time, it's Piazza.
Number 2 or number 1?
Number 1. Piazza's definitely number 1. I think Piazza has the most home runs by a catcher, if I'm not mistaken. It's like 400.
He meant current.
Oh, yeah, current. Second. Oh, God, catcher.
I think it's
Salvi. Logan O'Hoppe is having a really good season. I'll go with that. Recency bias in the comment, and I can't think of catchers. Logan. All right, I got a ton of plays. We only got a couple minutes. Let's get into the one that does worry me the most, because my friend Adam Rosenberg didn't like it. And guess what? I stuck with my plums. Let's get into it. We're taking the Mets first 5 team total over 1.5 bases. We pay the 140 juice. And we just pray to the Lord that this team gets out of the funk they're in. I'm well aware that they're in a funk. I'm well aware that they desperately need to bounce back. Luckily for us, this is a revenge game. They just saw Spencer Strider last week, where they only scored 1 run on 5 hits and Strider went 6 innings. The Mets this season are averaging over 2.5 runs per game in the first 5 at home. The Braves are allowing 2.38 runs on the road. Spencer Strider, solid last 2 starts against the Mets in the Rockies. Cool. Anywho, second worst pitcher on the day in the current season ratings on batters-box.com. Poor average hitter matchup, WOBA, ISO, hard contact percentage, and ground ball percentage. He's allowing almost 40% hard contact. His ERA on the road is 4.50, is allowing 2.75 runs. Overall this season, 3.89 ERA, 1.14 whip. Not the greatest for us. However, he's allowing 2.4 runs, 4.1 hits, 2 extra base hits per game. The Mets have the second highest rated offense on the day in the current season ratings on batters-box. 6 elite hitters. 5 of them are lefties. 0 poor, 0 above the league ground ball rate, only 1 above the league K rate. I think this is a great spot for this offense to bounce back. They are desperate for a win. Sorry, Padge, I just need runs. Your team can murder them by 96 runs. I just need Strider to slip up on a 2-run home run or something. We just need 2. I just need 2. Hopefully last night with Juan Soto hitting a home run, it sparked some momentum in this offense because they need it desperately. They need to get rolling. They need something. And I think Strider is due for a bad start, and it's tonight in a rematch spot against the Mets in Queens. Now we're going to one of my favorite hitters on the day, Mr. Jose Ramirez, who I think has great odds for MVP. If you need a long shot, I think it's Jose, because I still think it's like 20-1. I forgot what I wrote yesterday, but go check it out on Betting News website. It's out there. I wrote it yesterday. Jose Ramirez, bases at -115 against lefties at home. 333 batting average, 887 OPS, 146 WRC plus as he's going up against Blue Jays starter Eric Lauer at home overall. He's batting .315, 528 slugging, 908 OPS. He is having a monster season. My biggest pet peeve is when people talk about Jose Ramirez like he's a scrub. Well, you know who's having a really sneaky good season? Jose Ramirez. He's one of the sneakiest, best players in baseball. Open your eyes and go watch a goddamn game. 15 elite ratings at home in the last 3 years. Not the biggest sample size, but 86% of the time records a hit. 33% of the time records 2 hit. 60% of the time goes over this prop. -115, 60%. I think we're getting really good value there. Over his basis prop at home in 6 of his last 10 elite ratings. Eric Lauer, poor rating today, poor average hitter matchup, WOBA, ISO, hard contact, and ground ball percentage, allowing 44% in his last 81 innings pitched. Jose carries a 50% hard contact rate in this matchup. Look at all the hard contact, but he's the sleepiest player in the league. No one talks about it. Anywho, Eric Lauer, 46% fastball, 18% cutter. Those are his 2 best pitches in his arsenal. Jose against fastballs this season is the best hitter on the Guardians with a run value of 5, 344 batting average, 578 slugging, 402 WOBA. Against cutters, 360 average, 807 OPS, 146 WRC plus. I think it's well worth paying the price. I don't know if we'll ever see Jose Ramirez getting plus money on the bases this season, but if you do, and it's a good matchup, I think it's worth taking almost every time because it feels like he's never going hitless. I think he went hitless last week sometime or a couple days ago, one of the two. But he's got a lot of singles here and there, so I wasn't like, oh, he's got a lot of hits. He's due. It's Jose Ramirez. And he's just been absolutely lethal on the right side of the plate. So against the lefty today, I really like it. And another guy who gets to go up against a lefty in the same game, Vlad Guerrero. Also, before I forget, the weather's perfect almost everywhere. You want to know why? Because we're sweating our rear ends off. Anywho, Vlad Guerrero taking on Logan Allen, another lefty, like I mentioned. Now, lefty's on the road. He has a batting average of 343. 896 OPS, 147 WRC plus on the road. Overall this season, been fantastic. He's been playing better on the road than in Toronto. Basically a 300 average, 758 OPS, and 38 great ratings on the road. Has a great rating today. Does not shy me away. I think Vlad is a great spot. 71% of the time records a hit. 39% of the time, 2 hits. Really good trend right there. 52% of the time goes over his bases prop. Logan Allen, poor average hitter matchup, WOBA and K percentage. 55% of his arsenal is below league average. His cutters, his best pitch, throws 13% of the time. Vlad has struggled this season against cutters, which is extremely weird. He's been killing them his entire career, but has a 316 expected batting average, 665 expected slugging, mashes the rest of Allen's pitches. And if I get screwed on this prop because he can't hit the cutter and he throws it 13% of the time, I can live with that. He went 0 for 2 with 2 walks on Sunday. I love Vlad in this spot, and I've loved Vlad all season long. Now, I love to preach about value. We have 10 minutes before the W is on. We're going to rattle off the next 2 plays. I want to talk about value in this next play, and it's very, very important. I was trying to get it the most through people's head that read my article on this one, but Shohei, we know I'd say it's an automatic play when he has an above a 0.6 rating on batters-box. We're taking the double in Coors, and we're taking the home run that I boosted. His basis prop is at 2.5 minus 114. Now, you're probably like, well, Colby, if you think he's going to homer, why don't you just bet it? Because I'm not getting screwed on him having 2 singles or a double, and that's not over 2.5. That's not 2.5. You're getting more value taking the double in the home run. Unless he's going 3 for 4 tonight with 3 singles, I think taking the double in the home run has more value than taking his basis prop, because in reality, he's got to do one of the two. If you're betting his basis prop, you're praying he does one of the two down below. Why would you waste your time on 2.5 minus 114 when you can take basically 1.5 bases and at 3-1 essentially? Don't do it. Do not pay that price. Don't do that when you can sprinkle on the 2 that I have down below. And I have a ton of data on this man. So 45 games above a 0.6 rating. He has a 7-something today. Number 1 hitter on batters-box. 1 hit 91% of the time. 2 hits 44% of the time. 2 bases 73% of the time. 3 bases 55% of the time. See, like, you're minus 115 for 55%. I don't want that. HR 84% at the 1.5, 3.8 plus HR 60% of the time. Now, still has great ratings on the road. 72 elite ratings on the road. 77% of the time records a hit. 32% of the time records a home run. That's great. And then 60% of the time over his basis prop. For those that want to take the basis prop, I'm rattling off the basis numbers, even though that's 1.5 bases at 60%. Taking on German Marquez. German Marquez, one of the worst pitchers on the day. Poor rating? Duh. Poor average hitter matchup. WOBA, ISO, hard contact, K percentage, and ground ball percentage. The whole board is poor. He's allowing nearly 50% hard contact, 47% to be exact. We know Shohei, human hard contact machine. German Marquez has a 6.11 ERA, 1.64 whip. Opponents are hitting 315, 477 slugging, 849 OPS. Lefties in Coors against Marquez, 343, 552 slugging, 411 WOBA. Don't waste your time on the 2.5. It's a wide open ballpark. Take the double, take the home run. You have a great chance of hitting both because of the trends, who's pitching, and who's hitting. Love Shohei tonight. Now, before we get too far, I also mentioned maybe I would rattle off a play that I was on. I'm not going to put it on my card, but I may be on a play, hypothetical. I'm very transparent with you guys on the show. I bet Steven Kwan to hit a home run 10-1. I bet Steven Kwan to hit a homer at 10-1 today. Now, why is it not on my card? Because it didn't really check off all the boxes, but it grabbed me on a few. His basis props like mine are plus 135. So if you want to take that too, I have small sprinkles on Steven Kwan tonight, just testing out what I saw. So 10-1, you got me. Last play of the day. It's Garrett Crochet Day. Let me scroll down to this book that I wrote. We got 5 minutes. It's going to take 5 minutes to rattle this off. I love Garrett Crochet today. I love him. And I got some filth. 5th best pitcher on the day. Has the 2nd highest average hitter matchup K percentage in both time frames on batters-box. has a 35% average matchup K percentage in the default, 35%, and a 41% in the current season. Just to give you guys an idea, 32% average hitter matchup K percentage. Pitchers typically go over 5.5 strikeouts 60% of the time. So 41 is just super high. I don't believe it's ever been that high for Crochet. In 22 elite ratings as a pitcher overall, 36% of the time goes over 8 Ks, 27% of the time 9+ Ks, 13% of the time 10+ Ks. And you're wondering, well, that's not the greatest sample size. Just let me keep going. 28 elite average hitter matchup K percentage games, 42% of the time 8+, 28% of the time 9+, 21% of the time 10+. I got a lot. 5 elite ratings this season. 5. Super small sample size. It's just worth noting. Same 3 numbers. 80%, 60%, 40%. Has gone over 8.5 strikeouts 6 of his 16 games. Has at least recorded 8 in 9 of his 16. The Angels this season are dead last in K percentage at home. They're dead last against lefties, hitting .218 with an 80 WRC plus. They're the second highest K percentage in the last 30 days. They're the 4th highest over the last 14 days in the last 7 days. You're probably sitting there going, well, Colby, where are the remainder of the 12 bets? They're laddering him up to 13. You're going to tell me not to bet 7-1? You're going to tell me not to bet 13-1? Had to do it. Had to do it. Had to do it. I understand that Crochet gives up a lot of hard contact, but the numbers are also saying the Angels don't know how to be disciplined at the plate entire season at home. I can't pass up those numbers. I do not think this is high. I think this is priced at a great spot. We're getting a great price at plus money. I sprinkled on all these, and one's a free bet, one's a sweat free, so I'm feeling really great about those. But the 8.5 is the main play. That is where most of the units are for Crochet tonight, among the other ones that I sprinkled on. But do I think he ends with 8 tonight? 100%. But I have to be on the ladder because of the Angels' stats. It's just insane. He's capable of doing it, and the Red Sox bullpen, I believe, was taxed last night because the Angels scorched them. So hopefully he gives a spark to the Red Sox tonight. And those are the 12 plays. I will rattle them off. Chase Burns' debut, no thoughts. I've seen a lot of people loving him today. I think Great American Ballpark has like the highest home run percentage based on temperature, whatever Ballpark Pal posted. I believe it was the number 1. I believe I posted it too. But I don't want to be on that. I understand he's a really highly touted prospect. I don't want to be on that. What data? What data am I basing this off? I understand a lot of people have their thoughts, but I'm not trusting that. I'm not trusting that at all. And good luck. Good luck to the rookie taking on Aaron Judge in your debut. He will either make Judge look like an idiot because they don't have any data on him, no scouting report because it's all from AAA. But it doesn't interest me. I've seen people ladder his Ks, and I'm like, I'd rather ladder Garrett Crochet up to 13. So those are the plays. I'll rattle them off again. I got 2 minutes for the W. The guys down below are walking W's. But we're on the Mets. Please bounce back. For the love of God. Pay the juice. I think it's worth it. We're getting a really good number. They just saw Strider. I'm just worried that they're sleeping at the wheel again. Maybe I'll turn into Frank the Tank later tonight. But Jose Ramirez, bases, home run. Sprinkle on the home run, as always. Also, I wrote this in the scribbles in all caps. Sprinkle on these. Anywho, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Vladdy Daddy, come through for us once again. Shohei double and home run. Do not bet 2.5 bases. There is more value taking the double and the home run. And the final play of the day, which I've rattled off just recently, 8.5 strikeouts at plus money. Shop around. Shop around. I can't stress that enough. Shop around. Now, thank you all for tuning in to the Pickoff. I'm your host, as always, Colby Marcio. Make sure to give me a follow at Colby M. Bets on the old X machine. If you missed anything, the scribbles are out on Twitter right now. Go check them out. And guess what? The card will be posted in about 25 minutes or so. Anywho, the guys at the W have a lot for you. NZ down there, my father hasn't been home in 8 months. Sook's down there looking ravishing as always. And SBJ just told me he was dying in the heat. Luckily, he's in AC now. Everybody, have a great night. Sweep your cards. And let's enjoy the W, huh? Let's enjoy.
You see, I'm getting close. I accelerate, going faster than fast. Hit the gas, lose control. I won't crash, rolling high. Put your money on the dash, throw the dice. Lose control. I won't crash, rolling low. I won't crash, bring you slow. I won't crash, rolling. Take. You running on the road, so get out the way. Push the pedal to the floor, going all the way. Yeah, you see I'm getting close. I accelerate, going faster than fast. Hit the gas.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the W. Excited to have you guys with us. Hope you guys enjoyed the last half hour of Mr. Colby Marcio talking everything on the diamond on the Pickoff. But this is a chance to talk about the Lady Ballers in the WNBA. That's NZ. She's up. That is Jess Sook, the newest member of the Instagram world. Welcome to the world of Instagram, producer Sook. My name is Fred Payne. Jesus, stoked to have you guys here to talk all about the Lady Ballers today, boys. We got a great slate in front of us. 4 games, should be some great talking points. I know we all have lots of plays that we want to talk about. NZ did some scribbling for you guys at bettingnews.com. We're going to talk all about it. Before we jump into it, boys, how we doing? Ready to rock and roll?
Hell yeah!
Hot. It's hot.
It's hot, baby. It is spicy everywhere. It actually just rained outside for me, so it kind of like dampened the heat a little bit, but then it's going to have the post-rain just humidity out the ass. Yeah. So it's going to be fun. But
nice and cool where I am, boys. Nice and cool in the north.
That old Canadian action. You're looking fresh today as well, good sir. The nice little button down we got going on. And where's Rusty? The hair's out. So you're enjoying he's enjoying the fact that you guys have your hair out. Thanks for stopping by right here on YouTube, on Twitch, or on X, wherever you're watching the content. We appreciate you guys. Give us a follow. We give you guys so much free content. All we ask is drop a thumbs up, drop a like. Give us a little bit of a stubby if you're feeling so frisky on the Twitch channel. We're growing a lot of different aspects of the Betting News Network, and we appreciate the follows and the support. That's all we ask for. Brought to you by our sponsors at BetOnline. You have a few more days, chat, to get involved with the Casa Dragones Tequila giveaway. All you got to do is deposit into your account by the end of the month. You have until the end of June to do this. Deposit into your account. If you don't have an account, sign up and deposit, and you will be entered to win one of these 2 packages right here of a bottle of Casa Dragones, $100 dropped into your account, and something from our store. So go get involved with the QR code in the top corner of the screen that you see right there. Or if you've already had your account, go ahead and deposit. Like I said before, I've been saying this on every single show. I'll keep reminding you guys, if you already have a BetOnline account, you have to send us a screenshot of the deposit that you make. Otherwise, you will not be entered to win. I've already had a few of you guys send them to me. I'll keep reminding you, but please send us the screenshot. We want everybody to be submitted to win, and not just the new depositors as well. We will get there. We'll give you literally every single play that we all like. We'll cook our parlay at the end of the show of our favorite plays. We will have the W4 today. And I got a feeling we're going to smack today, boys, because there's a lot of tasty spots on the slate today. And I feel like we're going to see some good action with the Lady Ballers tonight. But before we do that, I just want to bring this up to you guys. We'll have a chance to kind of gab about this for a good portion of the show today before we jump in and talk about these 4 games tonight. But thought this was interesting. So the WNBA franchise valuations dropped today. Shout out The Athletic for this graphic. We didn't have a chance to make one ourselves. But the crazy thing is this is the first time in any women's sport history that there is a franchise that is worth $500 million or more, as the new Golden State Valkyries are atop of the list at a $500 million franchise valuation. Number 2, the Liberty. Number 3, the Fever, as you can see the rest of them on the screen. We've talked about this Valkyries team on the court. We've talked about them having incredible attendance to their games and the electric stuff they got going on in Golden State. But this is a shocker to me, man. What do you guys think about it?
Well, NZ, you're a soccer guy too. So does it blow you away that it's valued higher than like Chelsea's FC's women's teams?
Well, where is this value? Like, what is this based on? I mean, they're playing in somebody else's arena, so it's not even like they have their own arena. I know they get their own ticket sales and merch sales, but it's like, what is this based on?
the TV market selling out every single game. It's just literally eyeballs on the league. It's always evaluations. We saw it with the Lakers. They're definitely not worth 10 billion, but when Luka Doncic ends up there, it's about what's in the future. And with the Valkyries, you've seen it, and their arena is rocking, even though it's not their arena.
That guy from the Warriors is their biggest fan. I forget his
Pod.
Yeah, Pod, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that surprises the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm honestly surprised that they're all on the $100 million mark as well. But that's good to see. But yeah, that
guys
definitely blows me away.
You guys can go read more about this at Sportico or at Yahoo. They did a further story about it, explaining exactly how these valuations work. I'm sure that the numbers are not.
The
100%.
Valkyries are gonna make money. That's the thing. They're one of the first teams to ever be in the black, and they're gonna be up 70 mil or something like that. Sportico said. So it's weird, right? NZ, if you're failing, then all of a sudden somebody shows up on the scene and they're even doing better, and they don't have a Caitlin Clark, they don't have a Paige, and they're still killing it. That's gonna pump your numbers up. Because what happens when you do acquire that star?
I mean, this is kind of reminding me when Vegas was the new team in the NHL, where, I mean, it's not the same because they had no teams whatsoever. So it was the very first team they ever had to celebrate and get behind and yada, yada, yada. They have the Warriors out there, but I mean, nothing else is very good out there. So maybe that's what's really got people excited. I do see they're selling out games and stuff, but $500 million seems like a lot. But again, I mean, I don't know. That did catch me off guard a little, but 500 million.
These guys all buy. That's the thing too. These are evaluations, right? They buy the team, they hang on to it for 20 years, then they flip it again, right? So it's basically you're buying in on an investment because you're hoping the team, if you buy it for 500 mil, you'll sell it for maybe 650, 750. Look at the buses. They bought it for 65 mil, sold it for 10 billion.
I mean, listen, the one takeaway I would take from that entire list of every single team is that if they're bringing in that much money, they can pay these ladies more than $75,000 a year.
There you go. And that is going to happen in the new CB. Is it CBA? Is that that what the breakdown is? The new CBA contract negotiations will happen going into the 2026 season. So this will be presumably the last season that these ladies are making, like you said, just astronomically low salaries.
And
they're relying on
they're going to
endorsement deals.
They're going to be super happy about these evaluations being so high, though, right? Because it's what NZ said. That sentiment is going to carry.
I just dropped the link in chat. This is at CNN. So if you guys don't believe what we're telling you, great. Go fact check us. Go read this article at the old CNN. They know about a few things. Go read the article at Sportico. Go check this information out for yourselves, and you guys can digest all this information. The league is up 180% in value for most of the teams. So there has been a ginormous leap. I mean, we've been talking about it for the last year, really, that this league is growing a lot. And there has been also evaluations in association to all the different players that have been playing in this league as well, and what that means for the league. But overall, it's just awesome because, like you said, these ladies are going to start getting compensated accordingly to what they deserve. More and more eyeballs are on the league that we're going to talk about all the betting angles aspect of it too. But like we're getting more and more ways to bet the league as well, and people are tuning in. I mean, we've had the most watched game 3 different times get broken this season. Just that Fever, I think it was the Fever Liberty game or the Aces Liberty game. I can't remember which game it was that just passed. It was like the 3rd most watched game on ESPN in the WNBA history. And it was just a regular season game. So, it's awesome to see the league develop. It's awesome to see us obviously talking about it and betting on it and making some money along the way. The lines are still soft as hell though. So Vegas, keep it that way, please. And thank you. Because they haven't quite caught up to how much popularity is growing with the WNBA, but it's cool to see for sure as people that love the dub. I know NZ's happy about it. It is. It's very interesting. Yeah, go. We kind of sprung this on NZ. He didn't know we were going to talk about this necessarily, so that's why his face is a little baffled.
Yeah, those numbers are high. That was the other thing that caught me off guard. With those are some extremely high numbers for a league that forever brought it. I mean, the league's been around 20, almost 30 years at this rate. I think 30 years next year. It's amazing it took them that long to really grow, but hey, I'm here for it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's going to continue to add eyeballs to the league, and we're going to have some more fun talking about it as we go through the rest of this season. We haven't even gotten to the All-Star break yet, and it's already fireworks all over the place.
Oh yeah.
All right, boys. So we jump into. We got a 4-game slate tonight. Lots of tasty matchups, like we said. I think there's lots of props out there, prime for the picking. Some sides that are worth discussing as well. Let's go ahead and jump straight into it, boys. Let's start off with this. Let's start off with this game. Got some news about this game that came out a couple hours ago. The Lynx taking on the Mystics here, Kiki Ariafen and those talented rookies and Sonia Citron, et cetera, taking on Courtney Williams. And unfortunately, no Nafisha Collier. Nafisha Collier is going to be out of this game with that back problem, so she's going to be sitting this one out once again. This line was 10.5. It just dropped now, as you can see on the screen, to 7. So the Mystics at home +7 here. The Lynx on the road -7. Over/under set at 157.5. So this is the second game in a row. Back-to-back, we're seeing Collier sit. I'm feeling really tasty about my Fever Caitlin Clark MVP ticket that I'm looking at right now after this. But we got plenty of time left in the season. I hope Collier ends up winning it in the long run if she keeps playing the way she's been playing. But looking at it from this game perspective, NZ, you want to kick us off? What do you kind of think about this game as a whole?
Well, the other thing that's a question mark is Brittany Sykes for the Mystics. She, I believe, is a game time decision. She was questionable earlier, not probable. So that plays into it. I mean, I don't think they cover the 7. I don't know. The Lynx have looked good even without Collier, but I like to ride the rookies in this game. Without Sykes, they really are going to need they're going to need Kiki and Sonia to really step up. So, I mean, I posted earlier 2 plays that I'll just talk about now, which is Citron 14+ points. I got it at -110. I think it's like -125 now. She's hit her line in every not hit her line. She's had at least 10 points in every single game of her career so far, which somebody also mentioned in chat. But I like her points tonight. She's going to have to score. She's coming off her highest scoring game of her career after hitting a game-winning 3 over the Wings the other day rather. So I like
double as well in that game.
Right,
she had 11 boards.
11 boards. There you go. So yeah, I like that definitely. And I mean, listen, I got to go with Kiki, man, for her PR. I got it at 19. So, I mean, I can't complain. -122. She finally had a good game last game. She had way over 20. So I think she clears this, especially without Collier on the floor. I like her again to finally kick herself back in motion there. She went cold for about 4 or 5 games in there after she had such a hot start, and I think she's come back to earth, and we're going to see the original Kiki that started off in the beginning of the year.
She heard I bet her Rookie of the Year odds, and so she decided to make me sweat it out a little bit by playing my ass for a week. She looked really good last game. She's been good still. It's just been she went through a little bit of a slump.
She got a chance today with one of the worst. The Lynx give up a lot of offensive rebounds, so she's got a good chance today to kind of punish the glass.
I did see at the end of June that she was the leading candidate for Rookie of the Year. Believe it or not. I know.
If I smack this +900, I'm gonna be so happy, man. This will be the first time I've ever hit like a legit hardcore long shot future ticket. The Nets win total is something different, but I got to play in this game too. I like Kiki as well. I like what you said about Citron too. Nothing wrong with rolling with both those ladies. They've been awesome. Citron's line I think is still too low with how good she's been.
Yeah.
She's very due to have like a bad shooting night, but we keep saying that, and she just keeps hitting all of her buckets. The Lynx are one of the best defensive teams in the dub, though, regardless of Collier playing or not. Obviously, McBride and Williams definitely can get after it, especially on the perimeter. But I wanted to ask you guys this, and I ended up betting it, so I didn't want to overthink it too much because the line bumped up a point. But I don't know a lot about this girl, and I want to know y'all's thoughts. What's up with Shakira Austin? So I know that she's been a pretty highly touted player a couple years ago. Injuries has been something that's derailed her, but we're getting her line at 14.5 points. Now, looking at the last 2 games that she's played, that's the first time that she's played substantial minutes for this team all season long. 28 points and 21 points in her last 2 games. 17 and 16 shots in both of those games. That is incredible volume for a lady that's coming in. She's starting in this game. Seems like she's starting in the lineup. She actually became the first time in her career as the WNBA Player of the Week after her 2 last back-to-back performances. I'm taking her points, man. I think she and Kiki can both cook, so I like Kiki too, but I'm going to roll with Shakira Austin at 14.5. I think this 15+ could be free. I think we could see her have another nice performance. I like the PR too. As you said, Sook, this Lynx team does like to get kind of banged up down low. She had 8 rebounds in her last game. She had a double-double in the first game against Atlanta. Again, Atlanta and the Wings. Atlanta doesn't play great defense, and the Wings obviously one of the worst defensive teams. So they're both maybe not a great sample size of those 2 teams defensively. But if she keeps playing 30 minutes, I feel like this 15 could be free. Do you guys got any thoughts on Austin? I don't know a lot about her as a player, so I don't know if you guys know anything more about it.
she's the veteran of the team. She's one of the last people standing with Sykes. I always say Skies. That's been around for a while. I think she was hurt at the beginning of the year, which is why we're only seeing her name now. The books were gatekeeping her lines for the first few games as well, kind of like somebody else that I'll talk about later on in another game. But she's there now, and definitely take advantage of it. She's going to play serious minutes. She's going to be in the starting five now. As long as she can stay healthy, there's literally no reason why she shouldn't be putting up numbers. Between her, Sykes, Trone, and Kiki, they have a decent squad. Do I think they go all the way? I don't think they can make it past some of the bigger guns, but they definitely have a bright future on that team.
Mm-hmm. I like the double sprinkle too at plus 225. She had a double, like I said, against Atlanta, 28 points, 10 boards in that game. She's had good games against Minnesota previously in her career. It's just going to be whether or not, like you said, she can stay consistent with getting this PT. But she's getting her chance. She's had some injuries. I feel like this is a good opportunity to lock it in. So that's the only one I like. I like the Kiki play a lot too. I was going to lock that in as well, but I knew you were going to talk about it. So, did you like anything in this game?
Yeah, I knew you guys were going to talk about Kiki, but just looking into Shakira Austin, she's one of those players that gained confidence in the Unrivaled League. I feel like we kind of talked about this before at the start of the season. That short court 3-on-3, a lot of women that didn't have a lot of run in the WNBA seem to have come into this season with a newfound confidence in themselves and their game. And just looking up Shakira Austin here, she's had some great success overseas, winning a championship in 2022. Maybe it's just a situation where she just hasn't gotten a chance, but she's obviously won overseas, was the 3rd overall pick. So usually I'm scared when I see someone have 2 back-to-back 20-point games and not really have a history of it, but it seems like you're onto something here, SPJ.
Well, the reason why I'm okay taking it is because the volume's been there. If you look at usually I'm the same, and we've talked about this in the NBA, and I mean a lot of other sports too. If you see a big volume jump like that, you're expecting it to kind of return back to the mean. But if you look at her playing time, it's been just non-existent up until the last 2 or 3 games, and then she's finally producing. I mean, she's a big person, she's a big lady, so she needs 16 to 17 shots to get probably over that line. But I mean, I don't know, it's worth a stab. I think it's worth a ladder too. I mean, 20 plus is plus 310, back-to-back 20 plus games. And as you mentioned, with no Collier, I know Alana Smith is pretty decent down there, but they don't have a lot of other bigger ladies to bang down low, especially with her and Kiki. So I think it should be fun to kind of watch that matchup play out.
Yeah, the problem with this team, and I see your boy over there, your boy Skid, they're not winning games though, man. They're 6-8. I mean, they're 4th in the East. It does put them in the playoffs because it is a 1 through 13 now. 1 through 13. There's no conferences, is what I'm trying to say. Sorry, 1 through 13 ranking, but I don't know about the whole thing. I mean, yeah, maybe for a few bucks on the 21-1, but I don't know. I just don't see them making it far once the playoffs come. It's going to get deeper for them, and they also need to win throughout the rest of the year to really put themselves in that place. Their 6-8 record. They started off hot, and then they all of a sudden just shit the bed. So I don't know. I definitely feel I like the Mercury pick a little bit better.
I do too.
But I still don't think – I still think we're going to see a top team win it this year, whether it's the Liberty. The Aces could come back out of nowhere. The Lynx stand a great chance. Even the Fever do. Even the Fever. Mm-hmm. Although we'll get there. We could talk about them. They're falling apart a little bit.
Yeah. I if I had to choose 2 dark horse picks right now of teams that I like that are not the favorites that you just mentioned, I would say the Mercury or the Storm. Yeah. Those would be my 2 teams that have veteran leadership, great players that are ascending, enough young pieces as well that can get the job done. My concern with the Mystics, like you just mentioned, is they've had so many games where they were right there and they fell apart. It's just because they're young. Their 2 quote unquote best players right now, besides Sykes, are rookies, and they've just never been here before, and that's just going to happen. But I mean, they could surprise
Diggins and Gabby.
Yeah, Diggins and Gabby for the Storm, as you mentioned. You got Sabali and you got a Thomas, and those 2 ladies have been here, done that, and they're looking for an opportunity to steal some stuff. So I like both of those teams that it could more, value dark horse type picks. I already have Beans on the Storm. I think I got them at 9 or 10-1 to win after a few games in the season. I just like this team construction. We'll talk about them in a minute though. Anything else on this first game between the Mercury? You need to lean on a side. You said you lean with the Lynx to cover. Do you got any beans on that, or any thoughts on a side or a total?
I don't. No, that was just a thought, honestly. I see the line moved to 6.5. Why do I feel like it was more? But I guess before they took her out, before she was originally called out,
it was 10.5. It was 10.5. Yeah,
I like
Austin got the. Austin got the plus 10.5, which was a smart move before Collier got ruled out. Because I could see that landing in that between like 7 to 8, 9 region, So, word. All right, let's keep moving. We got a couple more games to talk about. Great. This is our first official also dub of the season, which is awesome. We've had some saucy dubs. We've been talking about basketball throughout the rest of the year, but as we are in pretty much the quote-unquote dog days, now we get to talk dub with you guys every Tuesday. So this will be the permanent slot for this show moving forward throughout the entire summer, every Tuesday at 5:30 Eastern. Most Tuesday slates in the WNBA are really solid, either 4 to 5 games because there's no games on Monday. So they usually have nice games.
It's so stupid. The way they schedule is so weird.
I know.
5 games.
Don't get him started.
I know.
So weird. So weird.
Well, I'll make you feel better and bring up your favorite player in the dub right now. Let's talk about this dream team taking on the Wings. The Wings obviously have Paige Beckers, and she's been fantastic to start the season, but this team is just so complicated for me to figure out on the court. However, the Dream have been really good. Obviously,
that's a stretch.
they've been
finding ways to win.
They've been fun.
The record looks good on paper, NZ. Let's give them that.
It does. I just can't figure out how the fuck they got there, to be honest with you.
Brittany Griner's fitting in. Alicia Gray looks fantastic. Obviously, Ryan Howard is also a big piece for this team. Hey, sure. 9-point favorites here in Dallas on the road. Over under set at 169. Nice. I think the high total is kind of telling you enough here. We've talked about this Wings team a bunch in other shows and various things. This Wings team just doesn't play defense. We've got 2 of the worst defensive teams playing tonight.
Neither team does.
Yeah, the Dream are not really good either, but the Wings definitely defense optional. We'll see how that goes down. But Suk, I'll let you lead us off for this one. What do you like in this game before NZ and I kind of comment on what we like?
I liked Griner points, 10.5 plus money. I just feel like they foul a lot on the other side of the ball, and it doesn't make any sense to me if you're a team that's like bottom third in the giving up points. I think they're 11th in points allowed, and they're bottom 3 and also free throw rate allowed. So you get Brittany Griner in there for just 11 points for plus money. I think that's the only thing I had circled in this one. I didn't play it. Boys, I've been cold on the WNBA slate, so I only have one play that's official today. But Griner is what I had circled for plus money. It's very enticing like that.
Man, no, I'm in the same ballpark as him, though. I mean, one of the plays that I wrote, I won't give away the whole scribbles, but I like Brianna Jones for 13 plus points today. There's nobody down low to stop either one of these guys. Dejanay Carrington has been up really waxing the boards great, but she's going to be out with a rib injury. So, I mean, Alyssa Smith has been terrible this year. She really has not been any force to be reckoned with at all. Jones had a really hot start to the year and then completely cooled off, but that goes back to my problem with this team, and they're just completely inconsistent. I see everybody with Ryan and Alicia Gray take a coin and flip it every game to figure out who's going to be the one. That's why they're so hard to bet on. You bet on Alicia Gray and you're like, oh, she had 25 points last game and 12 the game before that, and then she goes 1 for 7 from 3, and and 6 of 20 from the field. So it's like I can't get a feel, but that's why I'm going with the big here, because down low, there's really nobody on the Wings, and like we keep saying, defense is optional on that team.
The Griner play for me, I think I would lean with Jones a little more. I don't dislike it, Sook, but her playing time is just so funky. She's definitely in that point in her career where I think they're using her sparingly right now. They might be saving her also for getting closer to the playoffs and having more of like minutes she can play then, because she is older at this point in her career.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, she's not really getting over 20 minutes that often, which is why it's difficult. You got to hope that she gets 12. Like
you get them fast, get them fouled.
Shots. Yeah, you got to get them quick. Otherwise,
hey, I said I haven't played it yet. It's the plus money that really had me enticed, and the foul rate of the Wings. That young team, yeah, they're young, but also like NZ said, defense is optional either way.
Yep.
I just don't get why they can't figure out how to balance the two of them. They got 2 good bigs under there, and it's like whether you're going to split the time, put them both out there at once for a good portion of the game, but they can't seem to. I don't know, this team. But they're finding ways to win. That's what matters in the end. You got to win the games, and they're finding ways to win, because one game Howard will put up 35 points, and then another game, Brianna will have a 20-10 double, and then Gray will go out for 30 points, and it's just. But like we were saying, it's just so hard to cap, man. It's just it's so hard to figure out who's going to do what in those games.
I will say that the reason why I'm not avoiding this game in that regard is because the Wings are just terrible defensively. Like this team just gives it up, and they've also played. Yeah, I like that. 170 points. Because, as we talked about on the wing side, I'll talk about my play from the stream in a second. But, I mean, Beckers is starting to really get comfortable. Her and Enrique are really complicated to figure out as well. That's another backcourt combination that really doesn't make a whole bunch of sense to me. And I do not think that's going to be the long-term solution for the Dallas Wings moving forward. Because Paige is the girl, right? And Enrique is really good, but it just seems like that they're not meshing in the right ways, and it's causing them to just either not win games or they just don't look in rhythm. And
Not
I think
to
it takes
always
time.
compare it to the NBA, but it might be a little bit of a Steph Curry, Monte Ellis situation. Like Enrique is very good, but she's borderline all-star level player, and you might have a generational talent, so you got to give them a little bit more space, right, SPJ?
Yeah, similar. There's a lot of examples, I think, where you have a young player come in. And I think that the interesting thing is we kind of saw it last year with Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell, but I feel like Mitchell kind of accepted it a little better than
That's
what
where
we're
I'm
seeing
at.
from Enrique. Enrique is still trying to push, and it's like you got to let Paige be Paige, man. And you'll still get yours, but like she's shooting shit shots, and she's just not playing very well, and it's causing them to lose. And I don't think that's a beneficial for this franchise moving forward.
They got to learn. They got to learn how to play off each other. Like Paige just squeaked out 20 points last game in overtime, but Enrique had 20 points in regulation. I think even at the end of the third quarter. Feed her the ball. If she's finally making buckets, feed her the ball. Get 10 assists that game. And vice versa. But you're not seeing it. And a lot of Paige has a great, like I keep saying, she has a great short game. She has a great jump shot. She hits a lot of mid-range shots. Marike, she likes to shoot that bad boy, and she likes to shoot it from far away. So she starts off cold. She really needs to take a step back and say, all right, where else can I be productive for this team? But not to throw all the love to Paige, but you know what I'm saying. I feel like as the veteran, Enrique should be the one kind of making the decision there on how to go. It shouldn't be an ego thing at this rate.
It's probably a coaching problem too, which as Skit just said, their coach seems to be not tapped in with what they need.
That's facts right there, because Carrington got into an argument with him one game because she kept on telling him to challenge the play, and he just let them play on. And she continued to stand there yelling at him while play was going on, and they ended up giving up a basket to the Aces in a game they should have won, and they ended up losing 88-84, which was one of the games that not only did I take their points, so they covered, but I was taking them to win that game too, and they should have won that game. But poor coaching at the end, I think, is what made them lose that game.
Yeah, I think that this is one of those situations where we're going to see this franchise make a decision, probably not midseason, but in the offseason, because they're probably not going to make the playoffs, of what direction do we go? Do we go with Paige, and do we get a new coach to ride with her, bring in another player that kind of complements her like we've seen with the Fever doing with Caitlin Clark? Or because you can't keep rolling with whatever this combination is, because you're just going to waste Paige Beckers, and then she's going to end up leaving your franchise. So if you really want to build around Paige, you got to commit to building around Paige, and you got to make smart decisions about that. We're going to find out how they do that. But back to this game, you talked about this girl quite a bit, and I'm rolling with it. I think that, like you said, Alicia Gray's points looks very enticing to me. She's been fun to bet on to start the season. She has had a good game against the Wings to start the season, so nothing wrong with taking her 17.5. But I'm going with Ryan Howard over 9.5 RA. This line is hit in 8 of her last 10 games. She had a great game against them when they played earlier this year on the 24th. She had 10 assists and 7 rebounds. She's been really good on the glass. We talked about it. She's been really good facilitating. If Alicia Gray, if it's her time to go tit for tat, then Howard's going to dish her the rock. Love the double sprinkle for plus 1,100. Don't put it in any parlays or anything, but just a little cup of coffee or something, because I think she has an opportunity here to have another big game. If you want to take her PRA, like Enzi was saying, because she can score, she has had good scoring games against this Wings team. She has had good scoring games she's had some 30 pieces recently. You can go that route if you don't want to miss out on the points, because it is 27.5. But I'm going to go with the RA. I think that this could absolutely smack. So I really like the value you're getting here with the 9.5. Love the little ladder if you can take that up as well. So
they're very sneaky, this team. When you look on paper, they beat the Sky by 18 points last game. Well, guess what? They were losing that game in the third quarter. So granted, yes, they pulled out the win, but you struggled an entire game against the bottom 2 team in the league. That on a game you should have just coasted. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with them. They frustrate me.
Yeah. Well, like you said, they're a good team, but they are kind of hard to cap sometimes on who to take from a props perspective, which can kind of color it.
they should be so much more consistent with what they brought in this year. They brought in 2 bigs to fill the hole down there. They have a good core. It just drives me nuts how all over the place it is. But let's see. Let's see if they calm down. If they calm down, man, and get consistent, they could be real dangerous, considering they already managed to win 10 games playing like this.
Mm-hmm. You loved this team last year. I remember you bet on Ryan Howard a lot last year. They ended up kind of falling apart near the end of the season, but I think they brought in the right pieces. It seems like her and Gray are mixing well together, like we were saying. They could be fun. Could be some fun stuff in Atlanta for in the dub later this season for this team. Okay, anything else on this game, boys, or should we keep it moving? 2 more games to get to.
That's all I had.
Yeah,
go peep the scribbles. Just get 2 more plays.
There you go. There you go. Maybe we'll pick something from this game for the parlay, but we got 2 other games to talk about. 2 games. This is the last game in the 7 Central, 8 Eastern window, and then there is a late night game as well, which could be the game of the night. But let's talk about this one next. Like we just talked about, that Sky team taking on Kelsey Plum and the Los Angeles Sparks. Huh?
I said, what a picture of Plum.
Yeah, I know. I had fun picking that one out. It was either that one or the smoking the cigar one, so I went with this one. Sky 5.5 point dogs at home here. Sparks coming in 5.5 point favorites. Over under set at 167. Again, 2 teams don't like playing defense. The Sky are probably maybe the worst defensive team in the entire league, and the Sparks also not great defensively either. What do you guys think about this game? Do you guys like anything from a side or a total perspective?
I like it more now that the points went up. You can get a better line than me.
Brendan peeped the scribbles, my man.
I was just thinking. Yeah. I wonder if that's my boy, but that's a different.
I think that's your homie.
That is my homie.
How's it going, dude? Well, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I don't know. In this game, I really stayed away. I looked at it and I was like, Reese will probably get a double-double. They could get the brakes blown off them completely if Plum shoots well. But I don't know, man. I kind of was like, I'm hitting the brakes here because I like the last game, like you mentioned, a little bit more. One of the players I like is Sook's favorite is Rakia Jackson, 15 points. She had a miss last game. She had 3 great games before that. This is a really good spot for her to get her points as well. Her 2 threes aren't a bad look. I mean, it's juiced as hell, but she has been hitting her threes if you really want a little parlay piece or something like that. But if
I did go with the threes, NZ. I did go with the threes.
They're just the line.
It's definitely moved now. I got this morning, but when your team is giving up 41% from 3, that's absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to tap into that. Rakia obviously had the concussion to start the season. Her season's kind of been derailed, but they're still waiting on Cameron Brink to come back. So Rakia's got to grab all the minutes she can while Brink is out. So the 2 threes juiced. I don't hate the 15 points. I think Rakia is definitely going to get it together, just like we saw at the end of last season. She started to play a lot better.
She's not happy there as part of the problem. She took that personal leave. I keep wondering, and I don't know, maybe you guys can elaborate more. Like, what happens to this team when Brink comes back, if she ever comes back at this rate? It feels like she's never coming back. But, you got Plum to dish to her, right? I mean, are they going to be that much better? What do you guys think? I got to really talk about this. I literally wanted to make a tape of Cameron Brink getting blocks and send it to NBA players. She has this incredible ability that she doesn't jump. She literally, it's like what coach has been telling kids since junior high. You're taller, don't jump. You're taller, don't jump. Cameron Brink obviously reminds me of Drew Holiday. The way she reacts to spins, she counter spins and stays completely straight and just realizes I have all the verticality. I don't need to do anything else. I thought she was a very special defensive player from the first few possessions I ever saw of her. So I'm excited to see her come back, not just because she's pretty, but because her game is pretty. No, absolutely. She did have a good start last year until she got hurt.
I think it's going to really free up Hamby even more to be an offensive dominant player because of what Sook's saying with her defensive abilities. Hamby's having to pull a lot of the weight down low right now for that team. And I think when Brink comes back, I would assume that they'll run a two big lineup with her and Brink together. So then Hamby has a lot more opportunities to kind of play, I don't want to say a stretch forward, but like a more stretch 4 type of role for this team. So I think that it's definitely a situation where Brink's going to help out. Her offensive game is going to develop as she continues to get better and better in the dub. But I think what she's going to offer defensively for this team is going to help. And as we said, I mean, the Sky are terrible defensively, but the Sparks aren't much better, man. They've been kind of letting it up too. So I was gonna play this straight, but I ended up kind of laying off. I laddered it in a parlay. I know you like Rakia, but just to say, this guy literally allowed the most threes in the entire WNBA. Somebody is gonna hit 6 3-pointers in this game against this team because they just give it up.
Know who that might be.
I like Plum. I like the 2.5. Yeah. I like Mrs. Plum. I mean, she had 6 against this team earlier. I also, if you don't want to go with the threes, just because, sometimes 3-point betting can be funky, you can take her PA. It's 26.5. She hit it last time she played against this team. She had 8 assists. So if you're on the Sook side thinking that maybe Rakia goes off, maybe somebody, maybe Hamby has a good game scoring, Plum's going to be the facilitator in that regard. The Sky are also the 10th. They allow the 10th most assists in the dub. And again, they allowed the 13th most points to the guard position and the 13th most threes, which is the worst in the WNBA.
How do you allow 41% from 3? How?
By being terrible defensively. Yeah. That is right. How. They literally like cannot stop the 3-point shot. I guarantee you she took 10 last game and she made 6 of them. You know how many of those were wide open threes? 4. 4 of them. She was just.
She make them all at least.
Yeah. She made all the wide open ones. If you end up tapping in and watching this game, you'll see the Sparks will have about 5 or 6 open 3-pointers in the first quarter. This team just sucks rotationally defensively. They just don't have it on the outside, especially.
Just to go back to Brink, Azura Stevens has been very good too. So I hope that when Brink comes back, if they're going to try and play off, I hope it's not Hamby and Stevens. I almost hope that they maybe even rotate the 3 of them in to see, because she's been really good. So for them, she's been putting up, I think, almost 10 points and probably about 8 boards a game. So to lose that, not that they would lose it completely with Brink, because she will be holding her own and will definitely be, grabbing boards and stuff. But I'm interested to see, will they kind of split the time between Hamby and Stevens? Will they kind of split it between the 3 of them till they get comfortable, feel it out? But she's been pretty good too. Somebody to look after tonight for some boards, even though she'll be going up against Miss Angel Reese, who I keep saying it, and I know I sound like a prick, but it's like she was like a year too early with the me-bounds. All of a sudden, she's a defensive hound, man. She's had so many defensive boards over her last 5 games and like no offensive boards. But if you look at it, her shooting volume has gone down tremendously as well. So I don't know if somebody said go stick to your game and stop shooting, if she's just playing smarter basketball. I lean playing smarter basketball just from watching her statistics. But yeah, a lot of balls to grab tonight.
It sucks because I've been on the wrong side so many times at the start of the WNBA season. I played Angel's assists at the start of the year because I saw a lot of articles of her talking about how that's how she thinks she can unlock her game. And then I did a deep dive into some tape, and she's very good at finding cutters. And then she slowly got better with it. And then she had that double-double recently. And now we're seeing in these last few games, she's really averaging around 4 assists per game. And it's exciting to see. And now NZ is talking about how good she's been defensively. It's like, she's finally buckled up and went, fuck it. I'm going to really prove that I'm going to back up everything I'm saying. Yo, boy, Skit is probably so happy right now.
Finally giving her some flowers. Hey, man, I booked her for 12 or 13 rebounds against some team that she had cooked on their glass, had 2 boards in that game. And, of course, she followed it up with like a 19 rebound performance the following game. I have a theory on why I think that her offense has kind of dropped off a little bit over the last couple of weeks. I think it has to do with Vandersloot going down, because Vandersloot was able to run the offense, and she was able to get her open, because Angel Reese is not a guard at all, like not even close. And so she needs somebody to – Atkins
as a point guard, not as a player, as a facilitator.
She's not a point guard. She's a shooting guard. And, I mean, Van Lith is fine, but she's a rookie. Like, they just don't have a facilitating – they don't have a floor general right there on the court with them right now. So the ones that are going to suffer the most to score are forwards and centers, because they require good passes and good offensive development to get open shots. So I just think what's up, Mushy? What's up, Mushingtons? So, yeah, I think that her offense is going to continue to be something that's going to be up and down over the last bit of the season, or the rest of the season, I guess. I'm surprised it's only a 5.5 point spread, to be honest. I thought it was going to be close. That just goes to show you how poor the Sparks have been. But this Sky team, in my opinion, does not deserve 5.5 points, even at home.
Just thinking about them all around, it blows my mind. They really did nothing in the offseason to build around that team. If Angel Reese is who she says she is, give her something to work with. give her some other plays. They got Vandersloot to come back. Okay, great. But they didn't really go out there and really try and aggressively get somebody. I don't know if they really couldn't court somebody because they don't have anything attractive to really bring them into. But it'll be interesting to see if they can get somebody. They do need another piece.
Enrique. If Enrique moves on.
It's funny. I was thinking about her with the Dream. I mean, I'm not sure where she can go. I wonder. I have to imagine that the Wings will side with Paige over Enrique, even though Enrique is 100% longer, and let her go if that comes down to it, which could change. Well, which will change the whole dynamic.
You know how many rebounds there would be for Enrique if she was on that team? I mean, for Angel, if Enrique was on that team.
Oh my God.
That'd be a hell of an offensive rebounding fun activity. Enrique, you're going to shoot 12 threes, and Angel just go grab all the ones that you missed. Have fun. Brendan, I see your question in the chat. We're about to talk about the Storm in just a second. We'll get there.
And I was going to say, you always go with your plums, man. You can fade. You don't have to fade, whatever it is. I mean, honestly, you got a good number at 6.5. So that's a really good number. We could both cover in the end. If the game ends at, 7. I got 7 in the end. It's at 9 now. If it falls somewhere in there, we could both end up covering.
Yeah. Well, and as we talked about all the time, we're not professional gambling experts here. We just try to provide you guys with analysis and what kind of we see, and then give you the best possible bet on what we kind of like on that side. And then you guys can use that information to either bet with us, or you can use it to find your other angles and bet something different. Or maybe you don't like a spread or something, and you take some props because of what we talked about or because of what you're seeing out there. It's all information to help you guys.
Public bakery.
Absolutely. Yep. Betty Crocker's 2.0, baby.
For me, a bakery.
Last game, boys. On the evening slate as well on the West Coast, 10 Eastern, 9 Central. Could be the game of the night. Really excited for this one. Should be a fun one between the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston and company taking on the Seattle Storm. Gabby Williams playing out of her mind right now. Oh my God, I just totally blanked.
I didn't know she had all those tattoos.
Yeah, I know.
I did.
Yeah. I'm blank because she's such a cutie. Skylar Diggins, thank you. Skylar Diggins has been playing really great for this team. Obviously, Nyeka has been really good too. 3-point favorites are the Storm at home here in the Indiana Fever. 3-point dogs coming in over under set at 167.5. I'll answer the question from Brendan about this now. I like the Storm team a lot. Like I said, I bet on them to win the championship this season just as a sprinkle because I got great value on it. I think this team can totally make a run. They've been really good, and Gabby Williams has been a major reason for that. But I like this team a lot. What do you guys got any affinities or feelings about this Storm team?
Oh, yeah. I mean, Erica Wheeler's come out of nowhere. I don't know if she was hurt in the beginning of the year or what, but she's facing her old team tonight. Definitely somebody to put an asterisk next to for a little revenge match in her new home. Kind of like the over in this game. I don't know. I don't know. I see somebody putting up 90 points, and I don't see a blowout here. I do lean with the Storm to win this game, though.
You don't think Caitlin jumps back?
I don't know. They haven't looked good on the road. It's been interesting, and something's not happy in paradise there. Dewana Bonner bounced. She doesn't. I know she's listed as out, but she's totally on her way out of the team. I don't know what happened there. They brought her in definitely for a championship run with the way they were looking, and then bringing in Natasha Howard, and they're not playing her. And even when she played when Clark was out injured. She had some good games, but nothing crazy, not the player that we knew. I personally think she's either going to get waived or she's going to part ways with the team because she has already has outspokenly said that she wasn't happy. So I don't know if that messes with the team's chemistry. I don't know if they just go F you or on our own. We've been playing on our own without you as it is anyways. But back to what we were saying about the Storm, Sky's been playing great. Gabby's been playing great. If Ezzy could grab some more boards, they would be even better. She hasn't been grabbing as many boards as she normally does. But it's a good squad, man. And honestly, for a 3-point spread, even at a minus 155, a little juicy if you want to avoid the points. I do like the Storm tonight a lot.
There's a lot of good props in this game. I think that this is a good SGP game. We're not going to do an SGP necessarily for this one, but I think this is, late night. We can maybe cook something up later to post on the timeline for you guys to write out for this game specifically. I'll jump in and talk about my favorite play for this one. This is one of my favorite plays of the whole slate. Like I said, Gabby Williams over 9.5 rebounds and assists. You can take her PRA chat if you'd rather go that route. She has been really good scoring the basketball, but she's coming off back-to-back doubles, 10 assists in their last game against the Liberty, where she was fantastic with 10 assists and 6 rebounds. Game before that against the Aces, 2 really good opponents, 4 assists and 12 boards. She's just been awesome for this team this season. All-star game right now, snub has not been included in those conversations, and I think that is an absolute disgrace to this lady, the way she's been playing to start the season. I'm going to keep taking this, man. The PRA looks good too, like I mentioned, but I love the RA. She's already had some good games. She's hit this in, like I said, 5 of her last 6 games as well. Set it, forget it. Don't overthink it. If you'd like to sprinkle on the double-double for her to go on a third straight double-double train. The reason why I like the RA better than an individual stat, though, is because you never really know what she kind of just does whatever's best for the team at that particular moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, Sky is the main ball handler, so she's always going to have the facilitating aspects. But there are times that, Gabby understands, I need to grab more rebounds right now. There's times that she's like, I need to score. There's times like I need to facilitate a little more. Like she kind of just does whatever's best for the flow of the game, which is why I want to take this rather than kind of picking one.
She knows her role. It goes back to our wings conversation, and these two ladies play off each other beautifully.
They really do.
100%. 100%.
Yeah,
I think it's because they're older vets. They kind of know. Gabby's been around. She's like SPJ said, she has the beef with the WNBA because she was limited in her duties with her overseas team, and she really didn't like that because that's taking money out of her pocket. But I love this play, SPJ, for plus money, because then you also have, if you wanted to take the juiced 5 boards, she's hit it at 6 or 7 against bad rebounding teams like Indiana. So I love this play at plus money.
Yeah. And again, maybe she has a great scoring game again, so the PRA looks nice too. But if you look at the hit rate in comparison, the RA is usually going to be there. Because at the end of the day, she's not a really, really fantastic offensive player. Like, she's good. She can hit threes. She can score. But she's not like a certified bucket getter, in my opinion. Like, she's just a good scorer, but she's a great rebounder. She's a great facilitator, and she's a very just good overall player. So that's why I lean a little more. Swiss Army knife, indeed. The other play I like in this game, I know you guys have some too, but I really like this one as well. I'm rolling with Aaliyah Boston here. The rebounds. I know. I'll just tee it up and I'll let you kind of finish it off. The fact that this is plus money doesn't make any sense to me. She can go a little cold in particular portions of the season where she doesn't just like to grab rebounds, but she's hit this in 4 straight games. She has fantastic success against Seattle last season, 15, 14, and 12 in her last 3 games against this team last season. I'm not overthinking this. Give me the plus money. Give me Aaliyah. I love the double-double sprinkle as well, as long as she can get over the 10 points, which is, for some reason, sometimes for her a little bit of a struggle, especially on the road. But I think the rebounds makes a whole bunch of sense.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. The cold parts that you're looking at is without Clark. Her game is completely different without Caitlin Clark. She is nowhere to be found. Clark came back. She's had a minimum of 9 rebounds, I think, in the 3 games that she's been back. I think she had 11 and 12 in those other 3 games. I love this play. I was all over it myself. She should easily grab 10 boards tonight. Again, going back to the other team, Ezzy, another one who's been kind of MIA, leaves the boards open. So I think that she cleans up pretty nice tonight.
I like the PR as well. If you don't want to avoid the points, makes a whole bunch of sense too, 22.5. But again, that does rely on this Fever team to play well on the road offensively, which Austin talked about it in the chat. We kind of gabbed about it a little bit too. This team struggles on the road right now. They're not really finding consistency. So I just went with the boards because she's going to grab rebounds.
What's your opinion on the PRA? 6 of 7 on last few games against bottom 5 defenses. Bottom 5 rebounding defenses, and we've seen her has those outlier assist games as well.
I like it a lot. I feel like it's a great play. She had 8 assists against this team when they played last year. All the games that they played were from last season, so you kind of can't bake that totally in. But as you said, she's been really good facilitating. She had 3 assists last game. She's good for at least a few. And, if Caitlin gets rolling, which she's been a little inconsistent the last few games, she hasn't really been sniping from deep. But we all know that if she sees a couple go down, look out. And a lot of those are on those pick and roll plays with Boston. Boston catches the ball. Caitlin runs off a little bit of a pick, catches the ball, easy breezy. There's your assist. You might get 3 or 4 in the first quarter if she gets rolling early. So I like the PRA. I like the RA. I think Austin talked about that earlier today. I think it's 12.5. That's hitting 4 straight. I think any way you want to take Boston in this matchup makes a lot of sense. Like Enzi was saying, with Clark back in the lineup, she's the biggest beneficiary offensively for this team and the most consistent. So I think any way you want to take her makes the most sense.
Any thoughts on Natasha?
Who?
Natasha Howard.
She burned me she burned us last game, but
she did. Yeah, that was painful.
I mean, she's been a good addition. I feel like she was better last year when she played in Dallas. She definitely was putting up bigger numbers. I know she's around better players now, but don't see how that adds up. She should be putting up more numbers, in my opinion,
Mhm.
especially with Bonner never even playing at this rate. So I don't hate it at all, but I definitely, if we're leaning for the same sort of stats in the sense of rebounds and points and stuff, I got to lean Boston.
Let's go.
Clip that because you'll never hear me say I lean Boston.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, that's never coming out of your mouth ever again unless you're talking to Trizzy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Any other thoughts for this game? I feel like we all kind of lean the same direction with the Storm possibly covering and winning this game. Fever in a little bit of, like you said, Inzi, they're in a little bit of a turmoil right now and not really know what's going on with this team.
I can't believe they blew last game against the Aces.
Yeah.
You know, I really thought they were going to win that game. They were playing well, and then all of a sudden the fourth quarter came and they just forgot how to score. Well, I'm sorry, I should say it. They had 20 points, which was rather consistent with the other three quarters, but they allowed 31 points to the Aces, which is where they kind of shit the bed. So they need to have some strong finishes, especially if the game's close. And the game was close going into that fourth quarter. Sorry, the wife's trying to get drunk a little too early. She's
all right now.
She's dropping surf sides everywhere right now, guys.
All right now.
Pass me
Tell her
one.
what's up. Yeah, there you go. See, Brett, last point before we move on from this, and then we'll cook a parlay. We only got 10 minutes left in the show. I like Skylar Diggins in this spot too. Great at home. Loved betting on her this entire season. Obviously, the 23.5 PA looks nice. Her assist straight is fine too if you want to go that route. But she's been scoring. She's been really good. And I told you guys going into the season, man, she's on a revenge tour this year. She's missed time from getting divorced. She missed time from having a baby. She's had a lot of stuff take away from her career over the last few years. And I feel like that this season she's really coming out and reminding everybody that she's still a big-time player in this league. And it's playing out for this Storm team. So I like her PA. Nothing wrong with just taking her points, too, if you don't want to rope in the assist. I feel like that she has an opportunity to have a good game scoring the basketball and facilitating.
Her play goes back to what we were saying about how her and Gabby play off each other. Because when you think about it, there's a big piece missing from that team this year who is struggling down in the desert, and that's Joelle Lloyd. And that was, I think, a piece of this team where they couldn't figure out. They were kind of like Dallas. They didn't know where to go. They didn't know what to do. They didn't know who was better, and or they were ball hungry, and there was an ego problem. So I think that with her removed from the situation, all of a sudden we got a whole different team here.
Yep. Any thoughts on the big ladies down low for the Storm? Obviously, Nyeka Aguamike is in a decent spot here, depending on how you guys feel about the matchup. Also, Ezzy's been really good on the glass too. Any thoughts on either one of those ladies? I think someone in the chat just mentioned they liked Aguamike's fantasy score, so they're expecting a big game from Nyeka. Any thoughts on Nyeka here?
I like her Ezzy personally.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Suk.
I was just gonna say, Ezzy, the team's kind of juiced, but like Enzi said earlier, her boards have kind of been missing lately. I do kind of look at it because she's going to be involved in so much action today because she's a fantastic defender, so much switchability. But I don't know. I've just been on the wrong side of her train.
Breaking news. DeWanna Bonner has no interest in returning to the Indiana Fever. His preferred landing spots are Phoenix and Atlanta.
Wow. Ooh.
She goes to Phoenix, she's chasing her wife. So that's interesting. She wants to go
to be fair, I was going to say this when we were talking about this earlier, but this is the first season in both of their entire career that they had not played together on the same team.
That's gotta hurt.
It makes sense. Maybe they don't want to be apart. And if you move with your significant other, I get that. So maybe that's the reason why this is not working out. And that maybe that's the reason why she wants to go back to Inzi. Look like he wants to literally kill somebody right now. Your face was the face of destruction.
Too much going on, man. I need to get my fucking office back.
Yeah, for real. Oh, it's okay. His face was a comedy. Maybe this could be a problem. You never know. This could be a personal issue. It seems like it's a personal issue for sure.
Definitely. And she's going to come back. Fuck you, regardless of where she lands. I think.
Sure.
Unique problems in the W.
Yeah,
indeed.
Imagine if LeBron and LaLuca got married. That'd be dope.
Oh my Lord. Goodness gracious.
Yeah, man, he's working on his figure for him. So.
Okay, all right now. Hey, I bet him to win MVP and Z if you want to roll with me.
You bet him to win MVP this year?
Yeah, 8-1. If you want to rock and roll with.
Based on his figure as well. So there you go.
Hey man, I gave a lot of weight.
I gave you some other reasons why I feel like that SGA is not going to go back to back, and Jokic might not have the pieces to compete in the West with the Nuggets. So there you go. I talked about it earlier. Nyeka though, she is coming off 3 huge games in a row against good defensive teams too, against the Liberty, against the Aces, and against the Sparks, not so much. But I'm a little worried that Nneka maybe comes back down to earth a tiny bit, but I don't hate it. I think it's a great play. The PR looks nice at 25.5. I mean, she has great offensive ability, and she is obviously a good rebounder. So if Howard and Boston can't handle her down low, then I don't hate the PR there whatsoever. So
No.
like I said, good SGP game. I feel like this should be a good game. Then it's a fun one. It's later in the evening as well. So maybe we'll talk for you guys on the timeline, and we'll put something out later tonight for an SGP for this one, either a little lotto version or just kind of more of a straight hittable one.
And Diggins and Caitlin love to talk shit, so this one could get chippy as well.
For sure. Oh, 100%. And Caitlin's also been playing not so great the last few games. You know she's going to want to get her lick back and get kind of rolling here.
Is this the worst 2-game stretch of her career?
She has
from
not
3
hit
for sure.
Yeah, from 3. She hasn't hit a 3. She's like 0 for 16 or something like that in the last 2 games. Something crazy like that.
Yeah, she's been really bad.
She's, I don't know if everybody's getting under her skin finally. I don't know what it is, but last year she was real quiet. This year, not so much.
Well, she came back from that injury, the quad strain, and maybe it's just taking her time to get back in the mix of things. She obviously was really good that first game back, but maybe getting back into the swing of everything is causing her some issues. So we'll see. But I think it could be interesting too, though, because no one's going to bet her today. I haven't seen a lot of people talking about Caitlin Clark today. We haven't. I mean, we've gone the whole show and we haven't even mentioned her until now from a betting perspective. She could have a 30-piece very easily. Because it's Caitlin Clark and she's due. So, no one's talking about her. Watch her have 5 threes and 30 points, and no one's betting on her.
I'm surprised NZ didn't bring up the fact that, SPJ saying, you return from injury, it's hard to get your rhythm. Add in the fact of the fucking WNBA scheduling. How the hell are you ever going to get into rhythm?
It's
right. How can you ever catch a rhythm?
I know. It's ridiculous. But at least we got a good slate of games today, thank God.
We got 9 games over the past 3 days, and they're all played on 2 days. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
I don't get it.
You get injured at the wrong time. You get healthy. You got to wait 4 days to play a game, even though you're ready to go.
Speaking of the Mercury just played yesterday. No, on Sunday. They don't play again until Friday.
Oh, Satu's probably fucking thrilled.
Oh, yeah, she's going to the beach. She's loving it. But everybody else was like,
going to the beach and shit.
Yeah, she's like, I'll just go hang out in the 120-degree heat of Phoenix. That sounds great. It's just weird. Yeah. All right, boys, we made it through the end. This was, hope you guys enjoyed the show today. We went through all 4 games with you guys. Hope you guys found some nuggets that we talked about. As always, you can go peep the scribbles at bettingnews.com. NZ does a great job giving you guys the game plays out there for the dub. Get involved with what we got over there. Let's cook what we want to put together for our parlay today, boys. I think we do a 4-legger. I know there's only 3 of us, but I think we do a 4-legger to get it rocking and rolling. Where do you guys want to start? How do we want to start this off? NZ, what's your favorite play today? Do you have a favorite?
Not particularly. Not like a favorite. I mean, Boston's boards and Citron points are probably the 2 that I like the most.
I feel like we both like Boston rebounds a lot, so maybe let's go Boston. Circa, you down to take Boston?
8.5.
Yeah. Well, we could also do the RA if you guys want to rope in the assist, but I mean, we can just stick with the boards too. I'm down for that.
She was diamond when Caitlin was out. Ever since she came back, I feel like it kind of came down to earth. I would rather the PR, I think, over the RA if we were going to switch it up.
Let's just take the boards. Let's just take the rebounds.
All right.
I really like Gabby a lot. You guys down to do Gabby, either RA or PRA or something with her?
If you don't want to double dip, we can do the PRA. Or NZ, if you like Diggins assists.
This is the shit part of me not having my office. I have to move like a snail here. Sorry.
Yeah. He doesn't have the ability to look at all the things.
I don't have my screens. I don't have all my shit. I don't even know how I've made it 2 months doing this.
I don't either. I'm literally gonna fly to New York and set up your office for you. Saying that.
PRA is not a bad look. She's been firing on all cylinders. Her PA looks good. Her PRA looks good. Her RA looks good. I don't know. I almost feel like we include some points in case she goes off and has a 15-piece.
I'm down. We can do the PRA. I'm totally in. And that doesn't – I mean, if she hits her PRA, she's probably hitting her RA. So Probably covering both bases there. All right, so PRA for Gabby Williams. Which line are you guys getting? 23.5? 22.5?
Yeah, I'm getting 23.5.
All right, so Gabby 23.5 PRA. Boston, 9 rebounds, 8.5. Yep. Do you want to go? You said you like Citron. You sure you want to go Citron and not Kiki?
What do you think? What are you thinking?
I like them both.
Kiki, the PR at least gives us more option to achieve our goal. Let's just say, but I got them both scribbled down, so I'm down for either one if you guys are feeling one over the other.
What do you think, Suk?
I almost feel like we should take Kiki before you said how Citron's due for a dud.
I said that last game though, dude, and she had her fucking 23-point 12 rebound game. So what do I know?
Go figure.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say maybe you take Sonia Super Juiced if we're doing 4 legs, but I don't know if NZ likes Kiki that much. Let's just not be soft.
I think
she might love us.
It's like, we're not. Citron's 10 points is minus 550. We could pass.
Let's take Kiki PR 20.5.
She's been good to us, man. I mean, we took her this past weekend. She had a great game. I think she had 25 or 26.
Yeah, she was cooking. I like Austin. I like Shakira Austin's points, but I think that both of them can cook, and I'm not scared of either one of those. So, do you guys want to finish this off and take something in the Dream game, or do we want to take something in the Sparks game? I really like Ryan Howard, her RA. I like that. I like Alicia Gray's points for the Dream. If we want to go that route, respectfully, Sook, I don't want to have Griner's points in here.
Oh no. I like. Let's go Howard. Honestly,
Howard. Inzi, are you down for Howard? I know you hate betting on this team in this regard, but
I don't want to take. I'll be honest. I don't want to take Gray's points.
That's fine. You down for Howard then? You want to go Howard PRA or RA?
Her or Plum threes. One of the two that you got, whichever one you guys like the most.
I can get down with Plum threes too.
Let's do Kelsey.
Let's do Plum. Let's do Miss Plum. 3+, right?
Yeah. We went on and on about them giving up
value. Great value for 3 from her too.
Yeah.
I know it's minus 132, but normally it's like minus 220.
So I got Gabby 23.5 PRA. Aaliyah Boston, 9 rebounds. Kiki Iriafen for 21 PR, and then Kelsey Plum for 3 threes, and that's plus 960.
That'll do.
That does the job.
Nice.
Yep, I'm down with that. All right, there you go. That's your W4. If you guys would like to write it out with us, feel free to do so. We'll post it on the timeline. Most of these games don't start until 8 Eastern, 7 Central. I'm pretty sure that all of them are in the later window. And then obviously the late night game in the West Coast starts at 10 Eastern, 9 Central. We'll probably have a little SGP for you guys on the timeline for that one. Chad, if you guys drop 5 dubs in the next 20 seconds, we'll cook a lotto, but we need 5 dubs.
What would you put as your lotto piece?
That's funny.
Hey, make them work a tiny bit. Kanika's won. You got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
There you go.
3, 2, 1. Bang. Austin's just. Oh, there it is. Propane gas right at the end.
There we go.
Okay, boys. Then let's go with. Yeah, let's have a little fun. Inzi, what's your favorite lotto piece?
Snail mail it to us.
Well, I have one, and it goes back to one of the ladies we've been talking about. Is Sky threes. So for 2 threes,
Diggins?
She's plus 132. If we take 3 threes, which she's hitting 3 of her last 4 games, I'm pretty sure it's like plus 220-ish, 225-ish.
I'm seeing plus 450 for 3 threes.
Holy shit.
I'm seeing plus 140 for 2.
You know who may be a sneaky pick that we didn't talk about enough, and I meant to talk about her, was Kelsey Wheeler. Or Erica Wheeler, rather. Sorry. I just mixed her and Kelsey Mitchell together. Only because this is a revenge match for her. What is she doing?
What do you want to take her threes?
No.
Has she played them yet?
No, she hasn't. This is her first time playing them since leaving them. Makes me wonder if her points is something to look at, but I'm too on the fence. I like Tiggs' 3 threes. I don't know. Am I crazy here? Is Indiana the best 3-point defensive team on the league or something?
Do her for 3, do Rakea for 3, and then SPJ find somebody for 3.
Right, hang on, I just want to look at this Diggins play. The Fever are good defensively up from 3, but again, like they're on the road, so who knows? And Diggins has been firing. What's her volume look like? Yeah, 7, pretty decent. Let's roll with it. You like it? It's a lotto. Let's have some fun. 450 is sick value too. We only need 3. It's not like we need 5 or something.
I know it's just it's got me scratching my head a little here.
I like the Rakia play for 3 too, Sook, because that covers our ass if Plum has just a terrible shooting night. Because like I said, one of these 2 ladies is going to hit like 5 or 6 3-pointers against this Sky defense. All right, then I'll let you guys decide. Do you want to roll with Shakira Austin for a double-double, or do you want to roll with Ryan Howard for 8 assists?
Ooh, I'll let NZ decide that one.
Kind of like the Austin look.
Okay. I mean, we're on Kiki in the regular play, so like we can kind of cover our asses a little bit. Just like if that ends up crashing, then we can maybe sweat out this double-double.
Oh, hell yeah.
So those 3 legs, Diggins for 3 threes, Rakia Jackson for 3 threes, and Shakira Austin double-double is plus 56.42.
Wow.
That's nice for 3 legs. That does the job. You guys want to change anything, or are we happy?
Just repeat it one more time because I'm just trying to get it in and get it for chat.
Skylar Diggins for 3 3-pointers, Rakia Jackson for 3 3-pointers, and then Shakira Austin. Shakira. Double-double. And that is plus 56.42. Bing, bong, bang. See if I'm getting better value anywhere else. Good vibes. Good vibes all around, chat. Thanks for tuning in today for the dub. We appreciate you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the first half hour with Mr. Colby Marcio talking baseball on the Pickoff. And then hope you guys enjoyed the last hour with us talking about this tasty 4-game WNBA slate in front of us. As always, go follow us on @YourBettingNews on Twitter. If you're watching us on YouTube or on Twitch, please give us a follow, like and subscribe to content. It really helps us out continuing to grow all the free content we have for you guys. And obviously go get involved with our sponsors at BetOnline up there above Mr. Producer Sook's head. We want to leave it there? Those 3?
Oh, shit, I booked it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah.
If you booked it, then no. That sounds good to me. We don't have to overthink it. Bing, bong, bang. Okay. Great stuff, boys. Chat, go follow these wonderful guys at NZ with 3 E's, at Just Sook. Go follow myself at Sweatpan Jesus. Go get involved with, like I said, with all of our free content at bettingnews.com with the written variety. A huge game, huge slate of the WNBA tonight. Don't worry, the dog days are here, but it's okay because the WNBA ladies are going to get you through the summer nice and easy. They're going to hold your hand. We're going to walk with you guys.
You guys want my Pops home run pick for today?
Hell yeah.
What is it?
Soto.
Oh.
Soto again? Back to back?
No, he hadn't picked him. Well, yes, he hit one yesterday, but this was his first time picking him, and I was like, okay, all right, you make the rules.
So this is Papa NZ's home run dinger of the day.
Juan Soto.
Past 3 days, so let's see if we can go 3-1.
Nice. All right, there you go. There's a free bet for you guys if you want to go sprinkle on Soto and get involved. Colby gave you guys a bunch of plays on the diamond before the show started too. So if you guys want to get involved, go watch the replay a little bit later. Great stuff, boys. Chat, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Have a fantastic Tuesday night. We'll be live with you guys tomorrow. One show, only one. We've done so many double dips now. It feels weird to only have one show on the program tomorrow, but we've got the not the All-Sauce team. We've got the Up Your Units tomorrow. Shaggy Betts and Mr. Colby Marcio. Look out for Shaggy Betts in the morning on our friends at Visson. He's going to be talking about the NBA draft. So if you want to go tap in with Shaggy, giving his thoughts on some college players that are going to be making some noise tomorrow, because the NBA draft is tomorrow as well.
7:15 Central, boys. Vision.
Indeed, 7:15 in the AM. So be sure to tap in with Mr. Betts on the show. He's also going to be live on Steffi Small's show tomorrow as well. Busy day for Shaggles tomorrow. So got some fun stuff moving forward for that as well. So get involved with all the content. Appreciate you guys, boys. You got anything else before we get out of here?
No. Let's cash one of these fucking plays. We're so
right. We are. I really like the W4 today. I
like the lotto a lot.
I like both. which, is always kiss of death. But go tail all the plays, have some fun, sprinkle them accordingly, bet responsibly, as always. You guys came to the winners and you stayed for the vibes. Have a fantastic Tuesday night. We will see you on the next one. Take it easy, chat. Peace.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Down in the deep.
Now I know we all be loving this shit right here.
Rolling.
What you gonna do?
Rolling.
What you gonna do?
Down in the rolling.
What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit.
What you know about